teach you the exact opposite. It would be confusing. It would be a church divided in and amongst itself. We can't have that. Let's talk crap.
That makes sense in from a tactical perspective. I mean, you need to have like a comprehensive orthodoxy and a comprehensive agenda that actually has a consistency to it. So I do understand that myself. I don't know about you, Zane. I mean, to outsiders it may appear to be close-minded or dogmatic, but that is how most organizations would maintain an agenda without confusion within its ranks, I suppose.
Exactly. Thank you for understanding. I'm not qualified to teach on science to any degree above and beyond just an average everyday guy. I really don't teach on science. It's not my expertise. I like to teach what the Bible says and talk about what the Bible says and talk about how to apply the Bible to your life. That's what I like to teach, and that's what I consider pretty well versed at and pretty well skilled in those areas. So you won't see many science videos from me because it's just not my strength. It's not my.
Well, I'm glad to hear that because I
Let's record screen.
see so many people on YouTube trying to talk, and so I'm really happy to hear people saying, "Hey, I don't know." That seems to I don't know why that phrase has become such a bad thing on the internet these days. But I mean, I don't know. There's nothing wrong with that phrase. I'm glad to hear that you're not going to try and teach.
Well, I appreciate your support on that. I will talk about things that I do understand. I'm not saying I'll totally shove my head into the sand like an ostrich, but I try to talk about things that I'm comfortable with. Sometimes I try to make a video and I realize that I really shouldn't be speaking about that because my knowledge is quite limited on it. So I refuse to put the video up, or I'll just delete it and start with another.
I see.
Oh, don't stop. Wait, time out. Look at this secular verse. Well, hold on, let me say this. Secular, but this is progress. You're a Christian to admit not Can somebody mute their microphone, please? That's ridiculous. I didn't say that I don't understand science up to the level that I've learned. But by using your statement, there's no human being that can say they understand science because there's so much information out there. No one knows everything about science. No one has learned all that there is to know. So that's a nice little sideways slam that you have there. Oh, he admits to not understanding science. I don't understand science in the totality of information that is out there to be learned. But I do understand science on a reasonable level concerning, what I've learned and what's been presented to me. So don't act as though I've sat here and said I'm a total imbecile when it comes to science. On the contrary, I understand what has been presented to me well enough. But I'm not going to sit here and jump out and go debate a biologist, in the areas of, their studies, and think that I know as much as them, that those people had college education, master's degrees and such. I'm not going to be so pompous to think that I could go out and hold my own in a discussion with those people. It's called humility. It's not called admitting to being.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jesus Freak. Like I said before, people don't seem to. People seem to think that phrase is poison. That I don't know. But I'm relatively new to the internet, YouTube, Sikkim scene. I just wanted to know, if you don't mind, I just wanted to ask you a couple questions, like, how long have you been in the industry? And what motivates you? Because I'm sure you had, some militant atheists. Can someone mute their mic, please? Because I'm sure you have some militant atheists going after you pretty bad. The amazing atheists going after you pretty badly. What motivates you to keep going, and how successful would you say your ministry has been? Like, how many conversions do you think that you have gotten from the ministry? Sorry if that was too...
No, how many convert? I know of 2 people that said they've accepted Jesus Christ because of the videos I put up. If that's true, I don't know.
It's horrible, but it's better than nothing.
Many people send me messages saying, hey, please don't stop making videos. You help me in my walk with Christ. You help me learn. So I've received, thousands of compliments from people saying, hey, what you're doing really helps me to glorify God in the things I do. But it's not really about me. I don't want that to be about this. I just want to help people grow closer to God. And if I'm helping, then that's great. Then that's all of God's glory. He gets the glory for that. I'm just a schmuck with a PC and a camera and a big mouth and it's out there. I can take the heat and I can take the insults. I have thick skin, so God's using me for that purpose. But it is all His glory. I'm not here to win any popularity contest. I am just sitting here to put out the gospel message to the best of my ability and answer questions to the best of my ability, and I hope that some people's lives may be improved because they have a relationship with God because of God's using of me. So it's all God's glory. Like I said, I'm just a schmuck with a PC.
And how long have you been doing it? And you said that the
Where's that
attack
sound
from the Amazing Atheist, and that's another thing I wanted to ask you. Why choose to engage with people like the Amazing Atheist? What do you think that does for you?
Okay. First, this is a twofold thing. So how long have I been doing this? Before I came to YouTube, I used to go on Yahoo Chat. Yahoo Chat had religious rooms called like Atheists versus Christians, other debate rooms. And they had it was just like Stickam, except it didn't have the camera system as easy to use. But you could have a voice chat. You just click talk, and you could talk to the whole room. And I used to argue with people. I was Jesus Freak on there. I used to argue with a very popular atheist on Yahoo Chat. So I've been doing this for quite a number of years. Probably about 5 or 6 years now. Now, why do I talk to Amazing Atheists? If anybody goes through and watches my history of the Amazing Atheists, you'll see that we started off very at each other, nice, and make him look stupid because I was being nice in return. Over time, the Amazing Atheist and I have a decent rapport with one another. He's more respectful to me now. He's actually acknowledged that I'm his favorite Christian to argue with. He's admitted that he has respect for me. He'll acknowledge when I have a good point. So actually, I think it's shown YouTube a lot. I think it's shown people that just because you differ religiously, if you're nice and you continue trying to talk with someone, that ultimately you can put your differences beside you and try to find some common ground. So I see great progress with the Amazing Atheist. And I hope that the YouTube users will also see that, wow, because of me being persistent and me being diligent in my kindness towards him, that it softened him up. Now, people say, well, you've been hateful. No, I've teased with him, and he's accepted my jokes for what they were, and I've accepted his jokes for what they were. So I think we have a good relationship, considering how it used to be. So I think it's a great example to show an atheist and a Christian discussing things. Because at least it shows that we can talk and find common ground.
I have to. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I just said, oh, okay, and, I like I said, I'm new, I just watched some people's videos, and there was, like, a lot of cussing and stuff like that, and I was just wondering why not just ignore that guy, and you explain that, so, okay, go ahead, 6 billion.
Yeah, I agree with that sentiment. I believe that we should be able to discuss openly without, unfortunately there are many rooms, you probably know JezuzFreek, where Christian can't say what they believe without
echo.
Which is very unfortunate. Yeah, so we're not going to get anywhere if we're not willing to discuss with one another or reach common ground or understand each other's opinions and perceptions. We're going to need to be able to So I think there's really no other path but discussion and even friendship. I really think that the bashing between both sides is just wearing at thin. It's really not good.
Well, I don't know why people say that there's bashing from both sides. I've never bashed Amazing Atheist. I've been very cautious in the things I've said to him. I've never sworn at him. I've never had any vulgarity. I've done some videos where I poked fun at his man boobs. You know, and then he had a tattoo on his chest that said, "I love Jesus Freak." Those are humor. He laughs about his own man boobs, so I laughed about it. But I do it in a way that it should be obvious